Hey, how's it going, guys? The Royal Rumble event has ended. The show is over. I thought I'd give you guys my review, my thoughts on the show, whatever, matches we saw and all that stuff. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and say this right away about the show. Overall, I was disappointed. The Rumble did not meet my personal expectations. Now, keep in mind, these are my thoughts, my opinions, what I thought about, about the show. So if I say this sucked, or this, that, or this was cool, it's just my opinion. It's not like I'm stating it as a fact. But anyways, let's get down to the show. First match on the card, you had the World Heavyweight Championship match. Daniel Bryan, Mark Henry, Big Show, three-way steel cage match. And yeah, that was the first match on the show, and I was actually expecting that. You see, what I've noticed, just watching pay-per-views for a while now, for a couple of years, at least when John Cena's on the card, if he's in a match, and there's also a world title match and a WWE Championship match, what's gonna happen most of the time is the World Heavyweight Championship match is gonna be the first match, and then afterwards you would have the John Cena non-title match, and as the last match it would be the WWE Championship. Now when it comes to WrestleMania, I'm not sure if they're still gonna go with that order, with that list of matches in that order, but at WrestleMania it might change. John Cena versus The Rock might be, the last match. It's, it's John Cena and The Rock. Pretty sure it's going to be the main event. Maybe something else going to be the main event, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be The Rock versus John Cena. So, the match itself, it was, I guess, it was an okay match, I guess. Obviously, Mark Henry hyperextended his knee on SmackDown. I watched SmackDown, and I bet a bunch of you did too. And they had Henry went for a punch, and then he just collapsed. He just fell on the mat, rolled out of the ring, and then they went to commercial break. And then when they come back to commercial, the match is over, and Daniel Bryan is attacking Big Show with a steel chair. So obviously Mark Henry was severely hurt there, and he just couldn't compete for the time being, for the moment. So yeah, looking back at that, it was obvious Mark Henry wasn't gonna be running around too much or anything like that. Actually, I don't think he ran at all in this match. Oh no, he did maybe. But when Mark Henry runs, it's not like he runs fast. It's like I guess a fast walk. But yeah, the match it was okay. Some might say it was bad. I thought it was okay for considering Mark Henry was injured, and you had the Big Show and Mark Henry there. The ending comes when Daniel Bryan. Oh yeah, actually, I want to point this out for those who didn't see it. Daniel Bryan actually got a lot of offense in, a lot of good offense in. He at some point he actually had Mark Henry down and the Big Show down by himself. He was attacking the Big Show on the ground, and then he was going ahead and attacking Mark Henry. He also hit it like a top rope tornado DDT on the Big Show. Basically he got some offense, and he didn't look too weak. Obviously he's not going to look really strong against, guys like Mark Henry and the Big Show, but he looked strong for, his size and all that stuff. So, the ending comes when Big Show actually hits the knockout punch on Mark Henry, goes for the cover. Daniel Bryan interrupts the pinfall, and I think right away Daniel Bryan tries to climb out the cage or something like that. And as he's climbing out, he's on the top right now, and he's really close. Big Show climbs up and attempts to drag back Daniel Bryan, and Big Show actually gets up on the top of the cage too, and I was surprised at that. I'm not talking about the turnbuckle, but actually on top of the cage itself. So he was on top of the cage, and towards the end, Daniel Bryan was really close of getting out of the cage. He was just hanging on the top. Big Show was actually holding on to him by his neck. But afterwards, he started holding on to Daniel Bryan by his wrist. But then, Daniel Bryan got out of the Big Show's, I guess, wrist hold or whatever you want to call it, and just fell to the outside, to the ground basically, and won the match, retained this championship. Okay, match. If you want a rating, I guess I would give it, I don't know, a 5, maybe 5.5 on I know some people might be like, "Why don't you just give it a 5 or a 6? Why 5.5?" I don't know. I just like the point 5 things. You know, it just gives a more accurate rating. So that's why I like websites like IGN.com or something like that when it comes to game reviews, because they give point 5s. It doesn't go from 1 to 2 to 3. You know, it goes from 1 to 1.5 to 2. You get what you know what I mean, man. I'm just stumbling all over my words here. But anyways, after that match, I think you had a Divas match. Now we give you guys a review since this is a Rumble review, but I didn't watch the match, so I'm not gonna give you a review on something I didn't watch. I just catch the ending. I think I went and did some other stuff and then came back and the match was actually still on. So it lasted, a good while for a Divas match. It was a tag team match. I think it was a 6-man tag team match. Maybe Kelly, Eve, and some other Diva, I think. I'm not too sure who it was. I forgot. And you had the Bella Twins and Beth Phoenix. Oh yeah, and I think you had Natalia too. So maybe this was a 8 Diva match. I don't know. Seriously, I like I said, I missed it. I just catch the ending where Beth Phoenix tagged in and hit the glam slam on Kelly for the victory. So I'm not gonna give her a rating for this match. Just I don't know. Ask somebody else. So after that match, you had man, what happened afterwards? Like, I think he had Drew McIntyre in a match. Was that yeah, I think he had Drew McIntyre. They aired some John Cena promos, some Rock promos, not actual live promos, but just vignettes, just highlighting I guess their career and stuff. And afterwards you had Drew McIntyre versus who? Brodus Clay, the Funkasaurus, one of my favorite wrestlers, one of my fave 5s right now. I'm serious right now. I mean, you look at my past videos, Brodus Clay, I hated him. I didn't want him to return. I didn't want him to make his debut. I just didn't want to see him, okay? He was going to debut as a monster heel, so I didn't look forward to that because you had so many other monster heels. Kane, Mark Henry, Big Show. Well, right now he's a face, but he can, easily turn. I don't know, Kali? I don't know, but it's just been done so many times. So then, when he came as the Funkasaurus, just dancing and all that goofy stuff and funny stuff, I liked it. So I'm a fan of Brodus Clay right now. Maybe not Fave 5, but maybe Fave 10 or something like that. So yeah, it was Brodus Clay, Drew McIntyre. He did his whole dance, and Brodus Clay won in a pretty quick match. And unlike Alex Riley, who was dancing with Brodus Clay, even though he was his opponent, Drew McIntyre was not amused. It was actually yelling at Brodus Clay, saying he's making fun of his business or something like that. I don't remember. Afterwards, you had John Cena versus Kane, I think. Wait, what are the matches on the card? Daniel Bryan, John Cena versus Kane, WWE Champ. Yeah, John Cena versus Kane. That was, the other match. I kind of missed. I think I missed a little bit of the match. I came back towards the ending. No, not the ending, actually. I'd say the middle. And from what I saw, it was a very back and forth match between the two. Both getting some good offense in. The ending comes when both guys are outside the ring. They start brawling. I think Kane has the advantage. He starts just punching John Cena, kicking his ass. And the ref counts to 10, so it's a double count out. By the way, I made a mistake in my live coverage, and I said it was a no contest, but it was a mistake. It ended in a double count out. So yeah, double count out for the two. And afterwards, they kind of went backstage. The camera followed them. Kane beat the hell out of John Cena. After he beat John Cena, he actually went to Dolph Ziggler. I mean, not Dolph Ziggler. Zack Ryder's locker room. By the way, Zack Ryder did come back. He was like, they put him in the wheelchair, and he had this special locker room given to him by John Laurinaitis. So Kane, basically, I think he kicks the door down or just opens it. I'm not too sure. He goes in. He takes Zack Ryder, just in his wheelchair, and rolls him to the arena, to the stage. Close to the ring. Then he basically, throws Zack Ryder off the wheelchair. He gets him in the ring and hits him with a tombstone piledriver. just before he hits him with it, I think Eve came out and was begging Kane not to do it, but Kane does it anyways, and the crowd, I think, was actually cheering. I guess because the monster Kane is back, just beating everybody up. He doesn't give a crap. And afterwards, John Cena comes out, tries to save Eve, I guess, since, you know, Kane already tombstone Zack Ryder. I mean, what's John Cena gonna do? So John Cena comes out, he starts attacking Kane, but Kane gets the advantage and actually chokeslams John Cena. So Kane has the last laugh, and Kane is the last man standing. And no, I'm not saying there was a last man standing match. I'm just saying that Kane chokeslammed John Cena. John Cena was on the ground. Kane was up, basically, you know, standing up. You know what I mean. So after that, it was the WWE Championship match with John Laurinaitis as special guest referee. But John came out, Laurinaitis, not John Cena. He came out and said he was actually gonna kind of oversee the match, not referee the match, but just stay outside and make sure everything goes well. I guess that's his idea of fair play, fair refereeing, fair calling it down the middle, basically. So he gets out of the ring, and he calls for another referee. So John basically stays out of the ring the whole time, and he actually kicks out Vicky Guerrero, who came to ringside, which she wasn't supposed to, since CM Punk beat Jack Swagger a couple weeks ago, and when he did beat Jack Swagger, the stipulation was that if he does beat Jack Swagger, then both Swagger and Vicky can't be at ringside. So they're off of ringside. Dolph, CM Punk. This was actually a great match. I was expecting that. I think all of us expected that. Dolph Ziggler, CM Punk. Very good match. Very good match. Both guys getting some good offense in. Towards the end, though, it kind of looked like a squash. I mean, CM Punk had Dolph Ziggler beat like 3 or 4 times, but John Laurinaitis, was kind of playing those games. Well, actually, not really. I mean, first off, the referee got knocked down. Once the referee was out, he kind of rolled out of the ring, and then CM Punk, I think, hit the GTS on Dolph Ziggler, went for the pinfall, but the ref is down, and John Laurinaitis, instead of going back in the ring and counting instead of the other referee, he just stays outside and checks up on the referee. So CM Punk starts yelling at him, and John Laurinaitis is like, "Hey man, I'm taking care of this guy," or whatever. Then CM Punk, I guess, gets Dolph Ziggler in a submission, the Anaconda Vice. Dolph taps out, and yet again, John Laurinaitis is still occupied with the other referee, checking to see if he's okay. But, the ending comes when, I guess, CM Punk hits another go to sleep, and John Laurinaitis finally counts. Well, actually, the other ref counts, and right after he counts one, John comes in the ring and counts the other 2. So it's like this ref, the normal ref counts 1, and then John Laurinaitis comes out and counts, 2, 3 with the other ref. So, yeah, CM Punk retains, and I guess John, Laurinaitis came and counted, the pinfall, just to say that he was fair and that he actually counted the victory for CM Punk. So he doesn't get fired when, Triple H comes out tomorrow and evaluates him or whatever he's going to do. Alright, so that match was good. It was actually, I'd say, the best match on the card. Yeah, definitely the best match on the card. Afterwards, it was the Rumble match. Now, I was really looking forward to this. Every single year, I look forward to the Rumble match. It's something I look forward to just every year. It's just an exciting event, an exciting matchup. So, this match actually had some good parts. It had some fun parts, some funny parts. The first entrant, obviously, was The Miz. After The Miz, the second entrant was Alex Riley, which, we haven't seen him. No, we actually did see him on SmackDown, and he got squashed by Brodus Clay. So, Riley comes out, and The Miz quickly throws him out. And, I think Truth was out next. And after Truth was Cody. Now, Cody was the MVP of this Rumble match. Cody did so well in this Rumble match. He eliminated the most guys. He eliminated 6 guys, I think. So that was a very, very good showing for Cody. So I definitely see some big things for Cody in the future. I mean, he's already the Intercontinental Champion and all that stuff. But yeah, I can see some good things for Cody. So, at some point, Miz eliminates Truth. Now, I'm just gonna talk about the highlights here. Now, you had Mick Foley coming out as number 7, I think, and Mick Foley actually did pretty, I'd say, pretty good. Okay, he came out. I think he eliminated Primo or something, and then Santino comes out at some points, and both Foley and Santino start, teaming up. They eliminate a couple guys, or maybe one person. I'm not too sure. I think they team up to eliminate Epica or something. But also at some point Del Rio's music hits. I think Del Rio was number 8. So after Foley, Del Rio's music hits, right? So I'm thinking, hey, Del Rio's coming back. He's back already. But no, instead of Del Rio, it's Ricardo Rodriguez dressed up as Del Rio. But instead, he's he has Del Rio's ring gear and everything, including the towel too. And he comes out in this old broken down car, which I thought was pretty funny. And something funny too was that I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking, it'd be funny if somebody would make fun of Del Rio, make fun of his entrance, and come out, in an old freaking car, like a very old car, an ugly car. So, my wishes, I guess, were fulfilled, whatever. Rodriguez came out. He was dressed as Del Rio in ring gear, came out, and I think he got eliminated by Santino. And at some point, another cool spot in the Rumble was Santino pulled out the Cobra, right? His, I guess the glove, the snake glove he puts on his arm before he hits the Cobra, and Mick Foley put on his Mr. Sacco. And they were kind of, taunting each other. And they double-teamed Rodriguez, I think, and eliminated him. And afterwards, they started fighting with their arms. They hit each other with their arms, with the Cobra and the Mr. Sacco. And I don't even know what happened afterwards. Who eliminated who? I think maybe Foley eliminated No, I think Rhodes eliminated Santino Marella. And Miz eliminated Foley. Or maybe Cody eliminated both of them. I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, actually yeah. Cody eliminated Santino and Foley. Like I said, Cody was on the roll in this Rumble. And also in the Rumble you had Jerry, the King, coming out. He was an entrant. You had Booker T also coming out. He was an entrant. And you also had Michael Cole coming out, who was an entrant too. The funny part is, Michael Cole, when he came out, but all of them, all the announcers, they were, on the announce table commentating, and then they just took off their announcing gear, suits or whatever, and under their suits was their ring gear. So, including Michael Cole, he had his, old ring gear, the orange gear, whatever. So he gets in the ring, he starts taunting, nobody goes after him, but then number, I think, 20, I'm not too sure which entrant it was, I think it was 20. I don't know, but Karma came out. She was in the Rumble. She came out and actually went after Michael Cole. She clotheslined Michael Cole, and then Michael Cole was scared, so he jumped over the ropes. He was still on the apron, though. He was about to get eliminated by Karma, but before he did, both Booker T and and Jerry pulled Michael Cole's feet and eliminated him out of the Rumble. But I don't know. That's is that allowed? Like somebody from the outside eliminating somebody from? Wait, I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, the other announcers eliminated Michael Cole, and Karma actually eliminated Hunico. So she eliminated somebody, and then she actually gave a powerbomb, I think, to Dolph Ziggler. Was it a double underhook powerbomb? One of those two. And in the end, Dolph Ziggler eliminates Karma. And actually, if you guys remember, last year, John Morrison pulled out this spot where he basically saved himself from elimination when he jumped on the barricades. That was pretty cool. Well, Kofi did something like that, kind of. He was about to get eliminated by The Miz, but something cool he did was he did this handstand. His feet didn't touch, the ground. Actually, his hands touched the ground, and what he did was he was in a handstand position, and he was walking on his hands until he reached the steps, so he could, place his feet onto something, and just got back in the ring. That was a pretty cool moment. I guess they're using Kofi now as a replacement for John Morrison. Oh yeah, you had Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He returned as number 19. He got a freaking huge pop. So I'd say the crowd there was mostly, it wasn't kids. I mean, it wasn't consisted of mostly kids, I think, since the pop was freaking huge. If it were, I don't know, some kids, then the pop wouldn't have been, as huge because they wouldn't know who he is. So, yeah, he went in and he got eliminated by who? Cody Rhodes, yeah. And also, you had Road Dogg coming out. He returned too in the Rumble, and he got a huge pop as well. The crowd were actually chanting, "You still got it." I don't think he eliminated anybody. I don't think any of the legends eliminated, anybody, but he did pretty good. And also, you had Wade Barrett coming out to a new, theme song, which absolutely sucked. I don't even know why they changed it. I mean, that was horrible. This is the first time I hear it, but it just sucked. They should have kept the old one. The old one was fine. So I don't know about that. I'm gonna try and hear it once again on, I don't know, SmackDown or something. Maybe I just didn't hear it well, but from what I heard, it was just bad. Alright, Sheamus came out. I think he dominated once he came out. You had Jericho. Jericho was number 29. Number 28 was Randy Orton. Now, here's the buzzkill. We didn't know who was number 30 yet. I was expecting somebody, making their return or something like that, or somebody big. I was expecting maybe a, Christian making his return or anybody else. But you know who it is? It's freaking Big Show. I mean, come on, Big Show. We just saw him, the same nights, and I don't know, why make Big Show number 30 anyways? It was just, buzzkill. I mean, you can even hear it in the crowd. The crowd didn't even pop too well for the Big Show when he came out as number 30. It was just, I guess people were like me. We're expecting, somebody other than the Big Show. Somebody making their return or something like that. But yeah, the Rumble, in the end, the 4 last guys are Big Show, Sheamus, Randy, and Chris Jericho. I think Big Show goes out first. Randy actually eliminates Big Show on his own. After Randy eliminates the Big Show, Chris Jericho eliminates Randy, and the crowd, all of a sudden starts booing. Since Randy is the hometown guy, they start booing since Randy is out. So it's down to Sheamus and Chris Jericho. And this was actually a good, if you want to call it that, it was a good match. I mean, when I'm talking about match, I'm talking about, Jericho and Sheamus just fighting towards the end. It was a good, back and forth. Well, actually, it wasn't that back and forth. It was mostly Jericho dominating. But here's the thing, when it was, right when I saw that it was going to be Sheamus and Jericho, at the end, I was like, okay, Jericho is going to win this one. But then, Jericho started dominating a bit too much. And when people start dominating matches a bit too much, most of the time the other guy, the guy that's getting dominating, wins the match. And it was the case here too. Jericho lost. I was expecting Jericho to win, but Jericho lost to Sheamus. I mean, the fighting between the two in the match itself towards the end was pretty good. It was exciting. It was cool. It was fun to watch. But damn, I just wanted Jericho to win so bad, and yeah, Sheamus won with the bro kick. Basically, Jericho's on the apron, and he gets kicked and gets eliminated. Sheamus moves on, and he's gonna main event WrestleMania. We don't know which shot was gonna go for yet. I'm assuming the World Heavyweight Championship, and I'm also assuming that Randy or Barrett, one of those two, is gonna win the Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship, or just a normal one-on-one match for the World Championship. Whichever match type the world title is gonna be defended at the Elimination Chamber. And then I think Sheamus is going to face, the new champion, either Randy or Wade Barrett at WrestleMania. But, Daniel could retain, but I don't think that's going to happen. I would like to see Daniel retain and Daniel versus Sheamus at WrestleMania. You know why? Because last year, that was supposed to be a match. That was supposed to be a match for the United States Championship, but they took it off the card. So, it would be pretty cool that last year that match was taken off, and this year it's basically the main event for the world title. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that's it for the show. Like I said, I'm kind of disappointed with the show. I wanted Jericho to win. The steel cage match wasn't too good, but at the same time, you gotta understand that Mark Henry was injured, but still, it was boring. Okay, it wasn't that boring, but I don't know. John Cena Kane ended in a double countouts. And really the match of the show was definitely CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler. So that was the good part of the show. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my review. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about the show, what you thought about the Rumble. Are you excited that Sheamus won, or did you want, I don't know, Randy to win or Jericho? Tell me. So with that said, I'm out, guys. See ya.